Okay, let's do some more Time Barbarian. Tonight, I want to do the eggs in the HUD. We've got the eggs in the game. Let's put them up in the HUD. You'll notice that we've got the word health sitting in front of the eggs there. And in a game design, I would normally really push back against that. I wouldn't think that's a good idea to put just blatantly the word sitting in there like that. But when we tested it, we found that a lot of players weren't figuring out that those bunch of eggs up there were your hit points. So we just put the word in, and we figured it's better than like a literal tutorial. So let's do that. The first thing I'm going to want to do then is import some font to get that handled. And this is a custom font. I would love to just import the existing font, but it's kind of low res, and also, and that was a bitmap font. It was very old technology. So let's use Text Mesh Pro. Text Mesh Pro is what Unity wants us to use these days. So I am going to use that. Let's put a thing in there, health. And we're going to put just the word health with a colon on there, and let's make it bigger. And I want it in the upper left corner of the screen. All right, oh, it's like 16 pixels off. Wait, you went the wrong way, didn't you? Why it goes -16? Okay, for starters, we'll put it there. Now, let me make it a little bit bigger. You know what? Let's choose a font. Let's bring in this thing called Cooper Black, and I will need to create a usable font for that. Text mesh font asset. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Let's do that. Save the asset. All right, so now we got a font. Let's put that on the health. That's this. It goes right there. We're going to need to make that bigger. Okay. Let's see how that's coming out. All right, that seems about right. And let's make it, see if we can use the Text Mesh Pro here to give it a little bit of that gold style that we had. Let's give it a golden color for starters, and then let's turn on lighting. What do we want? We try a bevel. Let's try a bevel. Let's get in there and get a better view of what we're doing here. Crank it. Crank that up. We want to, oh, there you go. Yeah, I think cranked to the max. Definitely what we want. Any roundness to it? Nope. It's clamp 4. Nope. How about that? It's not bad. Local lighting, what's that for? Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Could maybe animate that. That's pretty neat. All right, so I think we'll put it there. That's fine. Not bad for that golden look that we had for our old font. Cool, so there's our health. Let's put in some eggs. Create an image, and we're gonna put the egg on there. There you go, and that's a 34 by 44. Okay, and it's definitely wanted a little bigger than that. And it'll be off the right hand side of the child. And off the middle. Okay, which should mean that as I move that, that's going to stay right there. And let's put it 16 off, and that's a nice round -4. Seems good. Okay, so that's an egg. And then we need a bunch of those. Well, actually, we're gonna, for now, let's mock it up. Down the road, it'll have to automatically populate itself. That seems pretty good. Let's just take a look at that while running. Okay, shall we put the points in while we're at it? Let's go ahead and let's put the points in. I won't maybe program them. That means I'm gonna need the health to move down. Okay. Okay, and like I did with the eggs, I'm going to make this score, which is going to be 100,000, 10,000, whatever, 100,000. Let's make that anchored off the left edge there. Maybe those eggs are a little too big. Compromise, and then we could try it like that. Let's see. Yeah, that seems decent. And I'm going to need an image for egg slot. That's public. That's the first egg slot, and then let's make us a list. Image slots. Egg slots is a new list. Egg slots dot add egg slot. First one's in there. Now, we need to know how many hit points the player's got. Let's hook that script up to the health item, and we'll need to give it its egg slot. Let's try that out. Yeah, okay, that spacing was all wrong. Okay, that seems good. Okay, boom. In the update now, we need to update to show how many hit points you've actually got. And we want a public color No egg color. Yeah, it looks like I just had an alpha of 32. White with a 32. Yeah. Let's add the egg. Okay. And that was over here. Player. Add egg. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of code for that. Most of which we're not ready to support yet. But I'll just bring it over and disable it. Well, mostly we're just adding a hit point and then a bunch of code for the nuances and complexities of the game. Boop. 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 All right. Cool. Let's do this get egg position thing. I'm going to go static hit point UI s the UI. Okay. And we're going to say s the UI equals this. And then that way we can say vector3 get egg pos. That'll be that'll be this thingy here. So public static, or do we make a getter? Let's do our getter technique. Public static hit point UI get, and we'll just return s the UI. Okay, and then this thing we're going to say vector3 pos equals m egg slot 0 dot transform dot position, and I believe that's what comes back from that. I'm not sure. And that could be the screen space position, unless I'm wrong. I think that's screen space position. And so we'll do return camera main screen to world point of pos. And now the egg fly to HUD will be hit point UI dot get egg pos. Let's see how close we are on that. Yeah. No. Let's make them fly slower. They're flying way too fast. I'm sure I've got a constant for that. I always do. Fly time. 3 seconds. Actually, yeah, they are going to the right place. But since it's in world space, when I move the camera, they don't update. Okay, so what we want to do is just return this in screen space, and we'll have the egg flying. Do the conversion. Okay, and we'll say vector3 target pos equals camera main screen to world point m HUD pos. I'll call this, yeah, vector 3 start pos equals camera main screen to, what? We'll leave that one in, let's leave the start pos in world space. So it'll kind of swoop out of world space as it's interpolating into screen space. I think that's good. Ba-doop. And as we're flying, see, they'll get sucked into position. Cool. We need to make them advance the right number of spots. So we're going to say pos.x plus equals m egg spacing times player.get dot num egg. Boop, boop, boop. Boing. Okay, it's off by 1 because I added the egg before I asked for the position. And let's put the fly speed back to where we had it. And then we've got eggs flying to the HUD. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Shall we put in points while we're at it? Points. It looks like the player add score was literally just a static. Okay. Let's put add score right above add egg. Okay. And the score. Sure, it's just an integer. Yep, it's just a. Let's put it with this stuff, I guess. Static int score is 0. Okay, and so now we can add score in the egg. I want a separate component for the hit point UI. Nah, I'm just gonna, let's just share. Public text mesh pro is called what? Text mesh? TMP text is what we want. I knew that. TMP text. We need to using TMP pro. And that's m points. M points dot text equals player dot get score to string. Put that there. Bink. And now we're scoring the eggs. Cool. Let's score the enemies while we're at it. M score. M score, I'm sure. Is now public. Alright, we're not doing the Steam thing. I mean, maybe we will someday, but for now I'm going to say no. These were for achievements. Not sure we're going to do those. We need to put the score on the enemies. So that's 100. Saving failed. What? Trying to replace a creative prefab. Yeah. That's referencing a missing script. What script was that? I don't know. Remove it. Save. That was probably that old hit points script. You have one too? Yeah. 200. Save it. Enemy 03. You got old dead script. That's gone. And that's 300. Boom. Let's shoot us some enemies. 300. Yay. Okay. Do we lose hit points when we hit things? No, it doesn't look like we're currently losing. Also, we shouldn't be able to pick up the eggs that quick. There must have been a thing for that. We create a new egg. The egg constructor would have set the pickup timer. But our new eggs coming out of the pool, probably I didn't set that up yet. Where's the init? Do we have an init for them? Search it. Init. Yes. Boom. That needs to go in there. Power we did. Idle. State timer we did. Now is there a pickup delay on the eggs? Boink. Boink. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yep, that works. Okay. I think that's good. Let's call that a night. Some of the interesting things we did today, playing around with that font to take a look at that Text Mesh Pro and what it can do with like the lighting that we did on there, which gave us a way to recreate the look of that original font from the game. That was pretty cool. Set up the egg HUD, which automatically fills itself with the right number of eggs and gives us that location for the egg sprite to fly to, and did a little bit of a conversion on that. What I think is going to work. So that showed us how the little egg that you pick up is actually moving in world space, but we want it to travel to a place in the HUD. And it turns out that if you ask a HUD element for its position, you get screen space. And so you can very easily convert those with a quick transform. So that's that. And then we did a little bit of fixing up for the enemies to give them the right hit points, and we added some score. So that's a good stopping point. We'll take it up from there tomorrow.